Hi all, this is Winnie here. I wanted to do a small explanation about the change in syllabus for the current year 10th grade students. That means the kids who are going to write exam in 2020. So I have here last year's course structure and also this year's course structure. So when you look at both of them, in the first area where we have the weightage of marks, we don't see much difference. All the chapters and sections have same marks. Like number system has 6 marks last year, and this year also it is going to be 6. Algebra is 20, that remains 20. So all the weightage is same. So what has changed? Basically, the change has happened in the chapters. So now we will just look at last year's, that is 2019 to 2020, the chapter real numbers. There were 15 periods. This year, when I look at it, there are only 8 periods. So around 50% reduction in number of periods taken for the kids. So 50%, that means what? That means half of your chapter has been reduced. So what is not there right now? If we look at it carefully, Euclid's division lemma, which was there last year, it is totally not there this year. That has been removed. So now if you look at your textbook, page number 2, from page number 2 till your exercise 1.1, everything which contains Euclid's lemma has been removed. So should we be happy? Yeah, there is a kind of question which is always a little difficult for kids, like, show that any positive odd integer is of the form of 4q plus 1 or 4q plus 3. Those kind of questions will not be there. Baki everything is coming, like your prime factorization questions or proving irrationality and terminating and non-terminating. All these things are coming, and most of it has been covered in 9th grade. So real numbers chapter has become very, very simple now. Now let's move to the second chapter, which is polynomials. In polynomials, what has happened? Earlier there were 7 periods. Now we have around 4 periods. Polynomials, what is not coming? We have to look at that. What has been changed? So if you look at it carefully, in polynomials, all the division algorithm is not coming. It was a major portion. From there, around 4 mark questions used to come. So that was a chunk. Most important part of polynomials is not coming. So wherever you see the division questions, you can just avoid it totally. 2.3 exercise and all the examples related to that is starting from page number 33, division algorithm for polynomials. From there till your exercise, you don't have to study now. It's been removed. Well, that's very easy. Now we are going to chapter linear equations in 2 variables. Last year 15 periods, this year 11 periods. Not much change, less change. So major change that I can notice here is, if you look at last year, they used to solve linear equations with 3 methods: substitution, elimination, and by cross multiplication method. So this year cross multiplication method is not there. So that is again a very difficult. It was also a little confusing for kids, but that is not there this time. So CBSE is making all the possible efforts to make sure that the exam this year is going to be easy. So that's the situation, guys. So that has been removed. So from linear equation, cross multiplication is completely gone. Now let's move to quadratic equation. Quadratic equation, last year you had 15 periods. This year only 10 periods. So what is the major change that is happening in quadratic equation? All your problem questions which involved the questions related to your train and boat and aeroplane, all those are not coming. Is that a good news? Yeah, for some it is really good news because it was difficult to form the equations and all. So if you look at exercise 4.1, question number 2 onwards, not coming. You don't have to struggle to solve the questions related to problem sums. And even in 4.2 there are 1 or 2 questions, 5 and 6, question number 5 and 6, that is not coming. And then afterwards, so some part of few exercises and some questions like your example number 15 related to motorboat, that is not coming. Example number 12, example number 11, but don't forget to practice example number 13 because that is an important question that is still coming. And in exercise 4.3 also the problem questions are not coming. So that way quadratic equation also got over. Now same has happened with arithmetic progression. With the problem sum saying tata, this chapter has become very easy because now we have to only find the nth term and sum of nth term. Major chunk of this chapter is also gone. If the kids have solved this chapter, they would remember the questions like in page number 107 there is the Subbarao started working and 20th question. All those questions are not coming. And again in 5.3 you have a lot of problem sums. I don't know if you remember the potato race and all those kind of questions. That is also not coming this year. So what to say, this year is a blessing in disguise. More than half of the things are not coming. This year's question paper is going to be very simple, looks like. Now comes our coordinate geometry. Coordinate geometry, the chapter itself was very easy. On top of it, what they have done is only the portion which was little difficult, they have removed it. That was not that difficult also, just that some silly mistakes used to happen in calculation. Otherwise, that portion was okay. But now CBSE has decided to remove it. So what can we do? The portion is area. Which one was removed? Area of triangles. So page number 168 there. So exercise 7.3 contains most of the questions related to area of triangles. So that is completely gone. Then comes triangles chapter. In triangles chapter, not much has been removed and it should not be removed also, because going forward also you will be using those concepts. Only 2 theorems are not there, which is 6.6 and 6.9, which are 6.6 is basically the converse of your Pythagoras theorem. So you will still be going through Pythagoras theorem, you will still be studying Pythagoras theorem, but like last year kids, you won't be studying the converse of Pythagoras theorem. You don't have to do that. And then comes your theorem number 6.9, which is if the square of one side is equal to sum of the square of other 2 sides, then the angle opposite to first side is a right angle. Those kind of questions are not coming. Then the exercise and questions, examples and questions related to those are also not coming, which will be in exercise 6.4 and 6.5, parts of exercise 6.4 and 6.5. Now circles chapter, nothing much is there, so nothing has been removed from that chapter. It remains same. Circle, no changes, it is same as earlier. Constructions chapter, which was very easy because in grade 9th we have already studied division of line segment in given ratio. It is the same, there is no change, so that is coming. So you just have to revise what you have studied in grade 9th. Tangent to a circle, this is a new addition and it's easy, so you will not have to spend much time. That is why they have reduced the number of periods to exactly half. So the thing which was little difficult was construction of triangle similar to the given triangle. So CBSE has removed it. Good. So construction also became very easy. Now comes our trigonometry. You will say from trigonometry they have not removed much. Yeah, they will not remove much because trigonometry is very important. If they do any much deletions here, you will face big time problems in 11th and 12th grade, because in 11th grade you have trigonometry a lot. So even if they have deleted some portions, I would advise you to do this chapter completely. At least go through all the concepts, it will be helpful for you. And in trigonometry they have removed the complementary angles related portion. Where is it? Wait. If we look at it, ratios which are defined to 0 and 90 degree. So 0 and 90 degree questions, those questions have been removed. So where do we find 0 and 90 degree kind of questions? It's in page number 183. There we will find questions related to 0 and 90 degree. Some of the kids might have already done, and few who have not done it, please do go through it once, even though it is not coming. So those questions are not there. So parts of exercise 8.3 and parts of exercise 8.4 are not coming from trigonometry. Not much changes are there in heights and distance. It is the same because you will need it for your physics in the current year as well as in the next year. So I hope things are clear to you. Now if we move to areas related to circles. Areas related to circles, there were 12 periods last year. This year you have 10 periods. So not much changes. Areas related to circles was already a interesting chapter, so they have not removed much. Only the questions related to 120 degree has been removed. I will show you here. In the previous year you had those questions. Yeah, see 120. So this part you will not see this year. It is only 60 and 90. 120 is removed. I see only one question which is there in page number 228, example number 3. That has 120 degree question. So that question will not be coming this year. Other than that, any question related to that will not be there. So that is areas related to circle. And then comes surface area volume. Surface area volume this year has only 8 periods. Last year surface area volume had 12 periods. So 4 periods have been reduced. These 4 periods straight away goes to your frustum part. So frustum was the only thing which was newly introduced in 10th grade. Baki everything is from your 9th grade. So basically saying surface area volume this year is going to be a revision for you from your 9th grade content. You are not doing anything new. It is the same thing. So just revise that chapter very well. You are not doing frustum. No questions related to frustum will be coming. That was only little difficult for kids in surface area volume. So now surface area volume is no longer a nightmare for anybody. Then comes our statistics chapter. Statistics had earlier 18 periods. That was huge. Now you have only 10 periods. So you can see 8 periods have been removed. Why? Statistics you have done in grade 9th also, but in grade 10th we are going to do mean, median, mode for grouped data. In grade 9th we have not dealt with grouped data. So here we will be dealing with grouped data. That is one thing. And after that, to find the mean, there were 3 methods. Your direct method, step deviation method, and shortcut method, right? So this year what is happening, your step deviation method is not going to come. So step deviation method was little tricky. That is not coming. But one sad thing is they have removed cumulative frequency graph. Your more than graph, less than graph, or you might have heard about ogive graph. That has been removed. That used to carry 6 marks, right? That has been removed. It was easy to score marks in that section, but this year you don't have that. You have only the easiest portion from statistics chapter also. Now next comes probability. Probability they have not touched at all. It remains the same because this chapter is very important for you in grade 11th, kids who are taking medicine or engineering. For both the kids, probability is important because you will be using this in bio as well. So no changes are there in probability. I hope this explanation was little helpful for the kids of 10th grade. And all the best for all of you. Please do make good use of this golden opportunity and score very good marks in maths. Thank you.